Hello my audience, today I'm going to be talking to you about memory and memories. This is related to all storage and the human brain. You know, humans created computers. There are good memories, there are bad memories. Human beings, some are traumatized by the war, abuse, all kinds of things, violence. And human beings have this kind of weird way to handle this stuff. They take drugs, alcohol, these are sold by the dozens, millions of gallons. Go through these bodies, destroy their brains, because the memories are bad. The memory is good, but we make the memory also bad, The memory starts to match to the brain, and that's bad. We have to, as human beings, start to be giving other people good memories. We have to be able to be more conscious of how we act. Parents that abuse their children and give them bad memories, they might try to block even a worse memory from happening through being very abusive, to grow this child into some, person that will trust nobody, They try to maybe protect him, but it backfires. And the person will become an addict, maybe commit a suicide. So if you are a parent, be giving your children good memories. And most parents think that that means that I have to take them to some amusement parks and this kind of stuff. No! Like giving good memories is kind of very different, When your children have grown up, trust that they are, capable of understanding your intention. You might have all the best intentions, but they might create the worst outcomes. So, your brain is not the problem. Or it might be if you have really gone into the deep end with the drugs and the extreme sports and that kind of stuff. Your brain might be mush beyond, saving. But then again, it might be able to save that fucking brain. And if you are capable of doing that, you might be able to do that through wiping or letting go of the bad memories and trying to get good memories in there. In depression, people only remember bad memories. And there's a lot of, music out there that is very depressing, that will kind of make your memory work in a very unnatural and convoluted way. These frequencies, when these musicians play and they're all depressed and you listen to this crap all day, you're going to go into the same state as these musicians, And they limit the freedom of your memory to be able to even remember the good memories, They just, lock you up in this, memory box, so you can't go like deep. You are in this very shallow state of consciousness. And when you go really deep into the memory, like what have we learned through all the years of meditation and yoga and this kind of stuff, if we read that stuff, is that these masters, they penetrate so deep into the consciousness that there are no memories there. Because you are not inherently your own experiences of life. The memories, they come up in the conscious mind because they need attention. And therapists, they go with the patient and they are very patient with the patient usually. And they bring up these memories again and again, and then at some point they start to evaporate and clear away. But I'm going to say that there are deeper kind of things that usually therapists wouldn't probably understand. For example, memories work through kind of associative processes in colors and in textures and in shapes and in smells. Think about a suit, for example. A suit is very hard to wash. It has all kinds of smells in it. And those smells, they kind of bring up memories. So clothes, they store actually memories. If you wear clothes that you wore when you were in school and you think, why do I keep remembering stuff from school? Well, it's pretty evident. You have not changed your fucking wardrobe in years. Let it go, you know. Let those fucking clothes go and buy something new, reinvent yourself. And that can be also a form of like addiction, you know. Just, you know, being this, it's called retail therapy. I do it a lot. But what I've noticed is that like dressing up very different than from my past actually like helps me to let go of my past. It's weird, but that's just how it is. Clothes matter. So if you go and you use drugs in certain clothes and you were a smoker when you wore a certain jacket, for example, let go of that fucking jacket when you have become a no-smoker, you know. Let it fucking go. And why is that? Because the fucking memories are imprinted on that. Smoking. The mind gets all caught up in the future. People become so future-oriented, you know. Because they cannot let go of their fucking past. And they are so future-oriented, but still they can change their life in any way. You know, it's just the same day in and day out. Let it fucking go. And future orientation, like what's the problem with that? Well, it's the fact that you forget where you came from. And this can bring huge, like, bad consequences to you. Addiction makes you very future oriented. And technology addiction, you know, you live in the future. But still your habits are very static, you know, you can't change anything. You boot up your computer at the same time every morning. You go to the same web pages, you check this YouTuber, you check this one. It changes very slowly, you know. Why is this? Because you're fucking stuck. And underneath this behavior, there's a layer of like memories and even deeper memories and even past lives. Believe that. Past lives that are trying to come to the surface. And with this not changingness of taking drugs and, you know, spending all your time on Facebook, you are kind of pushing them down. Facebook is bad for the brain because you are reminded constantly of like people that you like knew in the past. Let them fucking go. There's new people all around you. Get to know these people, you know. You're bound to be finding so much better people because if you change, the people won't change with you, you know. People won't change with you. So let them go. Just let them go. And be flying on the wings of freedom and love. Yeah, some people, you know, they change their behavior because of some, you know, painful experiences. I will never do that. I will never do that. But you have to understand that each behavior is more complex than a whole. You can divide it up in so many ways. Maybe this experience was bad because I did this in that location. Maybe I can do this in another location. Maybe I can do this stuff in another location. Maybe I can even combine them again in this location. You understand? Like love, you know, maybe these two people really didn't go together in this place. But maybe the same kind of people could go together like better in this place, you know? Like understand, it's so complex, everything. So if you try to solve this by destroying your fucking memory, it won't be a very good idea. Because you need your fucking memory. You won't be able to find your fucking valuables, your anything. You won't be able to find it, you know, if you don't have fucking memory. You won't be able to function. And you want to function. I'm sure of that. So take good care of this stuff. You don't want to become an alcohol dementic, you know. And that's a real possibility. That fucking happens. Fucking educate yourself. You know, If you were very bad at school, that doesn't really tell anything about your memory or its capabilities. It's just that your mind might work in a different way. Might have like different kind of connections there, and you try to solve this by destroying the connections. No, find a real use for this. Find your talent. I have been talking about this. Do you understand how important it is what I'm talking about? I want you to find your genius and talent. Why? Because it's so important for your fucking physique and your survival, you know. You will otherwise completely like misinterpret and not understand what you are capable of. Start to fucking understand what you are capable of and use that power that you have. The task that you were given at school didn't take your brain to the highest level. Some other brains were, okay with that. They were okay with doing math, physics and this kind of stuff. You were not. And it's okay and it's understandable because in school you don't get enough practice. If you want to become a writer, in school you might write for something like 100 hours. Maybe 200 hours in your whole school, 12 years. If you want to become a writer, you have to write for thousands of hours. It changes how your brain works. If you want to become a singer, you won't be, you can't like say anything about your capability through one thing, through trying once. You have to try fucking again and again and again. Not giving up. Because you deem that in this world there are people that are so talented and that's why they are so good. Well, that's true, they have some, innate capability. But it's also true that they didn't fucking give up, You see some of these, sporting guys, you think Michael Jordan has talent. Well, he used the talent. I'm talking about the same thing. He had a physique that was very good for basketball. Some other people, I had a very good physique for cycling, the sport of cycling. You might not, And some other people might have very good physique for example, boxing. Some people might, find that thing. And don't misinterpret what you are capable of. You might be very good in verbal skills, but you can't use them because you deem that you are a very bad socializer. I used to think that I'm a very bad socializer, but actually I'm pretty good, I'm high above average in socializing nowadays. And I feel that I go through social situations pretty fine. And I feel that I meet a lot of professionals that are very, mediocre in social skills. And I go like, what is this stuff all about? Is my town like all about mediocrity then? Well, it might be your kind of environment might be very bad. You don't see those amazing things. So you can't model them. That's why you need to read. Fuck man, you need to read more. Like, read about those inspiring stories, Like, you see some, amazing performance on YouTube about a basketball, about some, basketball player or some badminton player. You look those Chinese guys playing badminton. That won't help you shit, You might become conscious of what humans are capable of. But watching, sports and this kind of stuff, people playing ice hockey all like very, well and this kind of business, it won't help you shit. You have to read. You have to know the story. The fucking thing won't tell you the story. And you like conjure up these unrealistic type of like stories in your mind. Like how that human became that good in that. And it's never that way. Your brain won't tell you the fucking truth when you see some performance like that. You have to hear the story. On my YouTube channel, you see my story. If you deem my abilities anything worthwhile. You see how I got here. You can go back. That's why I made it this way. So that people can look and gain a real idea. What did it take to reach to that level? That will wipe out all the fucking jealousy. That will, if you are a very jealous person, You just don't understand stories very well, you know. In every story there are those parts that people don't want to talk about. We just want to make it feel like this is effortless and beautiful. But you know, I used to be cheating actually at school in English tests. And my teacher was very hard on me. He was like, don't be cheating on these tests, you have to learn these words. And at the time, you know, I didn't really understand like why. But now I'm doing this video, I kind of get it. That you can't be cheating on like those, you know, exams that are the skills that are very, you know, applicable to your future. But in other exams, go be cheating all the way. It won't matter shit because you won't use those skills in the future. Maybe you don't need to learn that, you know. Thanks for watching.